everybody, and welcome to today's review of Lady and the Tramp. It is the live-action remake of the 1955 Walt Disney animated film, which is now available to stream on Disney+. So this movie is about the love story of two dogs. One is a house pet and the other one is a street mutt. Both of them have very different perspectives of how a dog's life should be. Lady, the house pet, loves her human owners so much. They give her shelter, they give her food, and of course they give her love and attention. So naturally she is super loyal to these humans. But the tramp, on the other hand, doesn't really believe that humans are capable of loyalty, which is why he spends life on the streets, free of leashes, free of fences, being able to do whatever he wants, sleep wherever he wants, eat whatever he wants, just live a carefree life. So they meet, they go off on adventures, and they fall in love. So Disney has been coming out with a string of live-action remakes of all the animated films they have done, and there is more to come. I am happy to say this is not the worst of them. It's still not up to par with the original. Not even close. Obviously, because this movie is a remake, I have to compare it with the original. That's just... I don't think there's really any other way to judge this film. Now, there were a couple of interesting changes that they've made to this film. First of all, Jim Deere and Darling are an interracial couple, which I thought was kind of interesting. You know, it's Disney's way of practicing inclusivity in their movies. I didn't really find any issue with that, really. Also, I've noticed that the setting of the movie changed a little bit. The movie doesn't really specify where this movie takes place, but from the jazz music and the riverboat that you see, I want to guess they're in New Orleans or somewhere down south. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you saw blizzard-like snow in a place like that? I mean, granted, this is a period piece, it's a different time, so maybe the Earth was a lot colder back then. I don't know. I'm just being a little nitpicky, but that's something that I couldn't shake. Also, the character Jock is now Jacqueline. I really didn't understand why they turned that character into a girl. I mean, I thought maybe it was just to give Lady another lady companion. I mean, in the original, her only companions were these two male dogs. So maybe that's just another way of Disney practicing inclusivity by adding another female character into the cast. Although it really did nothing. I actually found the character more annoying. It was just confusing as to why they made that decision. But the CGI in this film was also pretty good. The voice acting was very well done. It's a lot better than The Lion King, which was super stiff. I just wish that the human actors were just as good. I mean, it just seemed like they were saying the lines, but they really didn't feel anything. I mean, I wasn't feeling anything. And they kind of fell into the same trap as the actors did in the Lion King remake. We are so familiar with these lines. We grew up with these movies. So when we are saying these lines, it feels like we're reiterating them. But we're not trying something new. They cast Yvette Nicole Brown as Aunt Sarah. I thought that was a very good casting choice. She played Helen on Drake and Josh, and that was she was pretty nasty on that show, and I thought she could be just as nasty here. But she was not as nasty as she could have been. They really underutilized her. Yeah, it just seems like this movie could have been a total mess. But it wasn't a complete mess. What I really liked about the movie was the actual romance between Lady and Tramp. The way that this film blossoms their relationship was really well done. When they first meet, they didn't really like each other all that much. But then they grew to respect one another, and then they started to like each other. And then eventually, after a nice bowl of spaghetti and a walk around in the park, they fall in love. And I thought it was totally earned. So good job with that. Honestly, if the movie had just been that part, like a short film, I would have watched it again. Unfortunately, we have the bookends of the movie, which are totally underwhelming. I will also say I really liked what they did with the Tramp in this movie. He's actually more sympathetic in this movie than he was in the original. Not just for his heroism, but because of his heart. In one scene, we see the Tramp stealing a sandwich from a human, but then he decides to give it to these two orphaned puppies. And I thought that was kind of sweet. It showed that even though the Tramp was looking out for himself, he still had a big heart. Also, they gave him a backstory in this movie. Apparently, the Tramp did have a family once. And the reason he lives such an independent life now was because he was abandoned. And because of that, he has trust issues and would rather roam around free and alone. That adds a lot to his character. So in the end, this is a super, super Disney movie. It's very cute, obviously. This movie will appeal to a lot of children and to parents, especially the ones who enjoyed the Air Buddy movies. Those are cute. It's a passable movie, but it is far from a work of art. No, the original is better. In fact, I don't think any of the originals would ever be topped by these remakes. I'm gonna give Lady and the Tramp a C-. That's honestly the best that I can do. Again, it's watchable, it's cute, it has some good moments, but honestly, they should really just stop making these remakes. Oh well. Thanks for watching my video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope to see you again next time.